Hey guys, Foxy Fern here, and welcome back to episode 2 of Banished. And it seems our villagers are popping out babies. We have Vanessa Artis and Lil Yanamari, and we have finished our storage barn and are in the process of making a stone house, which take a lot more resources, but in the long run, they're totally worth it because they're much more efficient with firewood. And so we don't have to harvest as much wood over time. And oh no, our people are running out of tools. I totally forgot about making the blacksmith, and this is very, very bad. So, we want to quickly make one of these guys. What the blacksmith does is makes tools for your people, and if they run out of tools like they're doing right now, they're not going to work near as efficiently. And I think that actually got changed because if I remember correctly, when I first started playing this game, if your people ran out of tools, they wouldn't do any work at all. And that was basically the end of you. And it was time to start again. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about that, but we do still want to get the blacksmith done as quickly as possible so that our people will remain efficient. In fact, so quickly that I think I'm going to discontinue the removal here. And, okay, I guess I did discontinue that. Okay, we need some more wood. And I forgot to mention that when I am manually telling my villagers to harvest, instead of using harvest trees, I will use the remove resources button, because these little bushes here and mushrooms, those are actually food that your people gather with the gatherer's hut. And if you were to remove the trees and not those, then they're just going to die off and go to waste. So I like to remove all resources when I'm doing my little strips, so that way we can also get some food out of it. Oh, look at that. That's great. That's great. We have several more laborers, and we're going to assign another gatherer and maybe another fisherman. What is our progress here? Almost ready to go. So tools need wood and iron to be created. You can also make steel tools, which are more efficient and last longer. But in order to do that, you have to have coal and iron, which coal is a resource that you cannot get from the map, like I've been doing stone and iron. But you can mine it and choose to mine for coal instead of iron. But again, it's very, very expensive, and I don't like to have a lot of quarries and mines on my map because they do also reduce the happiness of your village, and people will die because they'll get crushed from rocks and stones and things like that, and we don't want to do that. That will also decrease people's happiness if their brother gets killed while the mine collapses on them. We've all seen October Sky, right? I don't know. But it's a wonderful movie, and you should see it if you haven't. Alright, we do not have wood. We are in desperate need of wood. Okay. We'll grab some down here. And how about some over here? Alright, we now fortunately have enough tools for all of our people to get back to their productive little lives. And we have a few spares, so blacksmith is going well, and I have placed some plans for a market, which can be found under the storage markets and trade. And what the market will do is it will even out the supplies that is available in one spot, so it'll be a little bit of everything: stone, wood, food, leather, tools, and it just kind of provides a central hub for anything that's within this yellow ring to come here and get anything that they need. And I do like to build a little road going around my marketplace just because it so perfectly fits around there. And The roads, by the way, do actually speed up the path of your citizens when they're walking on it, but they will only take a road if it is mathematically the fastest route. So if you have like a road going all the way over here, like this, and you have a person that is getting from their house to over here, they're just gonna walk over here instead of using your road. They might hop onto it for a few little squares, but they're like, no, screw you, you have terrible city planning skills, this is not the most efficient route to place a road. So I use roads sparingly, and I certainly don't use stone roads because I have more valuable things to do with my stone. And once we have our marketplace built, which looks like we need some wood, I'm gonna go ahead and allow them to cut down some trees, and I'll assign a second person there. Once we have our marketplace built, then I will build a trading post. Ooh. Although the trading post is gonna have to be over here. That's a bit far. I didn't really plan this out very well, I suppose. But that's okay. It'll do. Our people will just have to travel a little further to bring the supplies to the market. Oh well. This is how I keep my villagers in shape. They have to walk long distances. We don't allow wimps in Fernlake. No siree. Which is kind of ironic. Do I even have a lake in Fernlake? Oh, yeah, there's some little lakes. Yeah, okay. We're just not starting out in a lake. That's alright. People name villages weird things that don't make any sense all the time. We need to help speed up this wood harvesting process. Get our laborers on the job here. And maybe come down here so we have some time for forests to grow back. Looks like we need some more iron too. Grab some of that over there. One thing I like to do is place my mines and quarries first, because you don't always know if you're gonna have a spot for it. And then I'll put it on pause so that they don't build it just yet. Because even though there's a mountain here, we aren't necessarily going to be able to place a mine, because you can see all of the red areas there. Ooh. Now see, I don't want to build that right next to a home. So we're gonna have to put our mine over here. How close is that to the gatherer's hut? Okay, that should work out alright. We'll put our mine there, pause that for now, and we'll plan out our quarry perhaps. Well, you know what? We got plenty of space over here. I'm not sure at what time I'm going to want to build a quarry, so I'm going to wait to plan that out. Alright, our marketplace is done, and so this person who we assigned here will start bringing in a little bit of everything. Now, you can have up to 12 people working as vendors, but I've really only ever had 2 or 3 assigned to a market. It's not really necessary. They don't have that high of a workflow for it to be worth it. Alright. Looks like now is a good time to build a trading post. Again, these can only go at certain angles. And I think right there will do. Now the downside of trading posts is you never know when a merchant is going to come, and you never know what they're gonna have either. So one time you might get a merchant that has livestock, and the next time you'll get a merchant that has seeds. Sometimes they'll have stone and wood and that sort of thing, and sometimes they just have food, like berries and venison, which I've used in a pinch. If I'm running low on my food over here, which, whew, by the way, we have lots of food. Maybe we don't need so many people assigned on that right now. I will buy food in a pinch, but generally it's not something that's really worth spending my firewood on. So I'll make a whole bunch of firewood so that I can trade it for things, because the firewood is generally worth 4 pieces instead of 1, like wood is. Gonna go ahead and clear the stone out over here. It's a bit far away, but they'll manage. Again, we don't want wimps living in our Fernlake. Make plans for another house over here. Oh, we are running low on all of our resources. Hurry up, laborers! Labor faster and more efficiently. Don't make me get out my whip. Alright, welcome back. Our Fernians have finished building their trading post, and we have somebody hard at work delivering firewood there. Like I said, it is out of the range, technically, of the market. It doesn't mean the person isn't going to service it, but it does mean it's going to take them a lot longer. In fact, he has made 2 trips already, and apparently he can only... Oh, there we go. Never mind. Haha. I was going to criticize his carrying capability. Actually, we're going to increase that. So, I don't want to put this up too high, because if I do that, they're going to take all the firewood away from the market, and our Fernians will not be able to have firewood in their houses. But on the plus side, if you have a bunch of stuff in your trading post, it isn't completely gone until you trade it away. So if I become desperate and run out of firewood, I can just decrease the count that is desired, and they will return the firewood back to my marketplace. And we're in the process of building another house here because I realized that our children are getting low population. We're real good on our food supplies here, so right now I think the goal is to get production materials. Also, we don't really want to start mining in a quarry or a mine until later, because we need the population to handle it. Because if you just assign like 1 person to a mine or a quarry, they're only going to produce like, I don't know, 8 stone or iron per season, and it's not really very significant. So it's definitely the last thing that you want to do when your resources are so far away from your village that it's not efficient to go there anymore. But we're gonna hope that we can trade for some things if we get lucky with the traders. Alright, I think that is a good stopping point for this episode, and thanks a lot for joining me in the progress of Fernlake, and I will see you next time.